Hi, everyone, and welcome to this Best Life Facebook Live. So, we are reading and expanding from this book, Asking It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So, we are on the last process of this. It's the process 22. So much fun with going through all of this process, and what a beautiful ending of this. The process 22 now is the process 22 is the moving up the emotional scale. So a wonderful process, wonderful process to understand how to moving up from wherever, what kind of feeling you have, to moving up to feeling a little bit better and better and better. That's so nice with all these birds coming together. Two different birds sitting almost in the same tree. Never seen that before. It's very fun. So happy beautiful day, Jerica. So good to see you here, and Jen. Happy beautiful day. Oh, so wonderful. So good. So process 22, moving up the emotional scale. So let's read this last part of all of this and enjoy our journey right here, right now, and forward. So yes. Process 22, moving up the emotional scale. When to use this process? When you feel bad and are having a difficult time feeling better? When something has happened to you or someone close to you that has knocked you back on your heels? That is, someone died, your lover left you, your dog got run over, and so on. When it has been necessary for you to deal with a crisis? When you have been diagnosed with a frightening illness? When someone you love has been diagnosed with a frightening illness? When your child or someone very close to you is experiencing a trauma or crisis? Current emotional set point range. This moving up the emotional scale process will be of the most value to you when your emotional set point is ranging somewhere between 17, anger, and 22, fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. If you're not sure what your current emotional set point is, turn back to chapter 22 and scan the 22 categories on the emotional guidance scale. So, happy beautiful day, Scott. So, the contrast of your life experience has helped you identify your preferences and desires. And whether you speak them out loud or not, Source has heard each of your preferences and desires, no matter how large or small they may seem, and has answered them. And the manager called the law of attractions that line up circumstances, events, other people, and all manner of things to assist in the fulfillment of your desires. In other words, you have asked and it is given, but now you must let it in. Remember, there is no non-physical source of darkness, sickness, confusion, or evil. There is only the stream of well-being, and it is flowing toward you at all times. And unless you are offering resistance of some kind, you are the full receiver of it, and your emotions help you understand to what extent you are allowing or resisting the stream. In other words, the better you feel, the less you are resisting. The worse you feel, the more you are resisting. The process of moving up the emotional scale will assist you, no matter where you stand, no matter what you are creating, and no matter how you feel, to lower your state of resistance and therefore improve your state of allowing. And every feeling of relief will be an indication of your release of resistance. We want to help you understand that deliberate creation is really about deliberately achieving an emotional state. For example, when you do not have enough money, you want more. But we want you to understand that the distance you will be traveling is not the distance between not enough money to enough money, but instead is the distance between a feeling of insecurity to a feeling of security. Once you practice the thought that makes you consistently feel more secure, the money must follow. When you are sick, you want to be well, but the distance you are traveling is not from sickness to wellness, but from fear to confidence. Once you practice the thoughts that make you feel more confident, the physical improvement must follow. When you have no mate and want to find one, the distance you are really traveling is from the feeling of being lonely to the feeling of excitement or satisfaction. Once you practice the thoughts that make you feel excitement or anticipation, the perfect mate must follow. You may say, I want a new car, but what the universe is hearing is, I am not happy with my current car. I feel embarrassed by my current car. I feel disappointed that I don't have a better car. I feel jealous that my neighbors has a much better car. I feel angry that I cannot afford a better car. You may say, I want to be well, but what the universe is hearing is, I'm worried about my body. I'm disappointed with myself. I'm worried about my health. I'm afraid that I will have a bad experience like my mother had. I'm angry that I didn't take better care of myself. You may say, I want to find another job, but what the universe is hearing is, I'm angry because my employer doesn't see my value. I feel bored. I feel unhappy with my current salary. I'm frustrated that I can't make them understand. I'm overwhelmed with too much to do. There is nothing that you or anyone else has been wanted that exists for any other reason than you think you will feel better in the achieving of it. Once you consciously identify your current state of emotion, it becomes easier for you to understand whether you are choosing thoughts that move you closer to your desired destination or further from your desired destination. If you will make the improved feeling or emotion be your real destination, then anything and everything that you want will quickly follow. The following is the basic list of emotions, also found in chapter 22, beginning with those that holds the least resistance, all the way down to those that hold the greatest resistance. Whenever emotions have very similar vibrations, we have indicated them on the same line. These emotions range from the extremes of strongly allowing of your source energy to strongly disallowing of your source energy. And they are indicated by the words of empowerment or joy on one of the scale, all the way down to depression or powerlessness on the other end. The words or titles have been given to these emotions are not absolutely accurate because different people feel different about emotions, even when they are using similar words. However, the universe is not responding to your words, it is responding to your vibrational offering that is accurately and always accompanied by your emotions. So, finding the perfect word to describe the way you feel is not essential to this process, but feeling the emotion is important. And finding ways to improve the feeling is even more important. In other words, this game is strictly about discovering thoughts that give you feelings of relief. A scale of your emotion will look like something like this: 1. Joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation. 2. Passion. 3. Enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness. 4. Positive expectation, belief. 5. Optimism. 6. Hopefulness. 7. Contentment. 8. Boredom. 9. Pessimism. 10. Frustration, irritation, impatience. 11. Overwhelmment. 12. Disappointment. 13. Doubt. 14. Worry, blame. 14. Worry. 15. Blame. 16. Discouragement. 17. Anger. 18. Revenge. 19. Hatred, rage. 20. Jealousy. 21. Insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. 22. Fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. Here's the way we would apply this powerful process. When you are aware that you are feeling some rather strong negative emotion, try to identify what the emotion is. Consciously think about whatever is bothering you until you can pinpoint the emotions that you are feeling. Considering the two extreme ends of this emotional scale, you could ask yourself, do I feel powerful or do I feel powerless? While you may not actually be feeling either one of these emotions precisely, you will be able to tell which way your emotional state of being is leaning right now. So, in this example, if your answer is powerless, then shorten the range that you are considering and ask yourself, does it feel more like powerlessness or frustration? Still more like powerlessness? Then shorten by the range still further. Does this feel more like powerlessness or worry? As you continue, there is no right or wrong approach to this. Eventually, you will be able to state with accuracy what you are really feeling about the situation you are addressing. Once you have found your place on the emotional scale, your work is to try to find thoughts that gives you a slight feeling of relief from the emotion you are feeling. A process of talking out loud or writing down your thoughts will give you the best reading of the way you are feeling. As you make statements with the deliberate intention of inducing an emotion that gives you a slight feeling of relief, you will begin to release resistance and you will be able to move up the vibrational scale to a place of feeling much better. Remember, an improved feeling means a releasing of resistance, and a releasing of resistance means a greater state of allowing what you really want. So, using the emotional scale and beginning with where you are, look at the emotion that is just about where you believe you are, and try to fashion some words that lead you more into a slightly less resistant emotional state of being. For example, a woman found herself in a state of tremendous resistance and pain because of the death of her father. Even thought he had been seriously ill and his death was expected. When it happened, she found herself in the deepest depression. She felt powerless and grief stricken in response to her focus upon the uncontrollable death of her father. During the days before her father's death, this woman had barely left his side, but he slipped into unconsciousness during one of the rare times when she was not with him, and he did not awaken again before he died. As she thought about not being there to have just one last conversation, tremendous thoughts of guilt washed through her, and while she did not consciously recognize the slight improvement in the way that guilt felt, it was a very important vibrational transition for her. And then her thoughts turned to a powerful anger. She focused upon the woman who had been with her father when he had slipped into unconsciousness, and she felt rage that this woman had given her father such a strong dose of medication for the purpose of making him more comfortable. And then she blamed the woman for having deprived her of her last conversation with her father. She did not realize it at that she did not realize it at the time, but the feeling of guilt, rage, anger, and blame were each definitive improvements of her grief-stricken vibrational state of resistance. She did feel better in her blame, much better, in fact. At least she could breathe, and she was now able to sleep. Of course, it is always better when you achieve the improved state of emotion deliberately, but even, as in this case, when the improved emotions were discovered naturally and unconsciously, each improvement now gives you access to something even more improved. Once you find the relief that anger Once you find the relief that anger and blame can offer from those suffocating emotions of powerlessness and grief, you can move even more quickly up to the vibrational scale. And while it may even take a day or two to move up even one vibrational level from 22, grief, to 21, guilt, to 18, revenge, to 17, anger, to 15, blame, you can reclaim your connection to your source and your feeling of empowerment in a much shorter time than almost anyone realizes. Here is an example of conscious statements that this woman could have offered to improve the way she felt. I did everything I could think of doing to help my father, but I wasn't enough. Grief. I miss him so much. I can't stand him being gone. Grief. How will I be able to soothe my mother? Despair. Every morning when I awaken, the first awareness that I have is that daddy is gone. Grief. I shouldn't have gone home to shower. Guilt. I should have stayed right there so I could have told him goodbye. Guilt. I should have realized how close he was to going. Guilt. I was there day and night, and I still didn't get to say goodbye. Rage. The woman who was with him knew very well that was happening. Rage. How would she like it if the shoe was on the other foot and I put her father into a coma? Revenge. She has seen many people die, and she should have warned me that it was close. Anger. I think she knew, and I didn't want me to be there. I think she knew and didn't want me to be there. Anger. She gave him more medication that he needed just to make it easier for her. Blame. I wish I could have said goodbye. Disappointment. There are too many details to attend to, and I don't really feel like doing anything. Overwhelmed. I've been neglecting so many things in my life. I need to regroup and get organized. Overwhelmed. The healthcare professionals are insensitive to the families of sick and dying people. Frustration. They're more concerned about picking up the oxygen tanks than about how I feel. Irritation. It will be good to spend more time with my own family. Hopefulness. I will feel good to get back into the swing of things at work. Positive expectation. I know that in time I'll get to feeling better. Positive expectation. I don't know if I ever feel the way I felt before, but I know I will feel better in time. Positive expectation. There are so many things to do and so many things that I want to do. Positive expectation. I'm So looking forward to smiling and meaning it, and laughing and really feeling it. Positive expectation. I appreciate my husband so much. He's been helpful in so many ways. Appreciation. I do appreciate all of those people who have cared for my father and mother. Appreciation. I appreciate my sisters. We all love our parents and we love each other. Appreciation. Love. All things considered, we have lived and are living really wonderful lives. Appreciation. Love. Death is a part of life. Knowledge. Knowledge. Since we are really eternal beings, there really is no such thing as death. Knowledge. That is not gone, because there's no such thing thing as death. Knowledge. He's in a place where sadness doesn't exist. Knowledge. That is truly a wonderful place to be. Joy. I love knowing that he's in a place of other joy and understanding. Joy. I so adore this glorious earth experience. Joy. I love knowing how all of this fits together. Joy. I love having this wonderful man as my father. Joy. This has all been good. Joy. This is all good. Joy. Remember, you do not have access to emotions that are far from where you are currently vibrating. Al-Fadl, you may spend an entire day beating the drum of the emotion where you are. On the next day, try to establish a different set point, even if it is only a slight improvement. If the negative emotion you are feeling is slight, you will quickly move up the emotional scale. If the negative emotion you are feeling has begun only recently, you will quickly move up that emotional scale. If you are experiencing something extremely serious, or it is something that you have been living with for many years, it is conceivable that you could spend 22 days moving up this emotional scale, each day deliberately choosing the improved emotion, just about the one you are currently feeling. But 22 days from powerlessness to empowerment is not a long time at all when you compare it to people you know who have been in a state of grief, insecurity, or powerlessness for many years. Now that you understand that your goal is to reach a better feeling emotion, it is our expectation that this process will free you from troubling negative emotions that you have been experiencing for years. And as you gently and gradually release the resistance you have unknowingly gathered, you will begin to experience improvements in your life experiences, in all troubling areas of your life. In all troubling areas of your life, yeah. So that was it. And one last thing, he said, be easy about all of this. You tend to take life so seriously. Life is supposed to be fun, you know. As we catch you in the creation of your life, we feel only love for you and appreciation for all that you are. You are leading edge creators, sifting through the wonderful contrast of this leading edge environment and coming to new conclusions that summon the life force forward. There are not adequate words to explain the value of that which you are. It is our powerful desire that you return to your state of self appreciation. We want you to feel love for your life, for the people of your world, and most of all, for yourself. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are complete. Ooh, so good. So, yeah, I would love to read something from the glossary as well. It's glossary. So it's what this meaning, all of these words, which Abraham using. So I will read that as well. So this is the glossary. All is well, meaning the basis of all that is well-being. There is no source of anything that is other than well-being. If you believe you are experiencing something other than well-being, it is only because you have somehow chosen chosen a perspective that is temporarily holding you out of reach of the natural well-being that flows. All is well. Allowing mean the statement of alignment with the well-being that flows from source. The focusing of your attention upon things that cause you to offer a vibration that allows your connection to your natural source of well-being. Tolerating is very different from allowing. Tolerating is seeing what is not wanted, feeling the vibrational evidence of that perspective, but deliberately taking no action. Allowing is deliberately giving your attention only to that which causes a vibration of alignment with Source. When you are in the state of allowing, you always feel good. All that is means the source from which all things flow, and all things that flow from that source. It's fun. Art of allowing means the practice process of deliberately choosing your subjects of attention with a keen awareness of how that perspective feels to you. By deliberately choosing thoughts that feel good, you achieve vibrational alignment with your source of well being. Being mean source energy that is focused into a definite perspective. Non-physical being is consciousness perceiving from non-physical perspective. Physical being or human being is non-physical energy perceiving through the physical perspective. Collective consciousness means all thoughts that have ever been thought still exist. All who perceive have access to all that is and has been perceived. This body of thought exists as collective consciousness. Connection mean being in vibrational alignment with your source. Consciousness mean awareness. Creative energy mean the electrical current at the basis of everything that exists. Creative life force means the electrical current at the basis of everything that exists. It's the same. Creative process, the electrical current at the basis of everything that exists, flowing specifically toward topics or ideas. Creator means one who focus creative energy. Deliberate creation means focusing on what is intended while being consciously aware of one's vibrational state of being and connection to one's source. Desire means the natural results of living in a contrasting environment, which includes all environments. Emotion means the body's physical visceral response to the vibrational state of being caused by whatever you are giving your attention to. Emotional guidance means awareness of your state of attraction because of the way you feel as you give your attention to different things. Emotional set point means the emotion most often practiced. Energy means non-physical. Energy, non-physical, means the electrical current of the basis of everything that exists. Energy stream means the flow of electrical current at the basis of everything that exists. Essence means having matching vibrational properties. Guidance system means the comparative feeling of your energetic state of being when you are aligned with your source or when you are not aligned with your source. Inner being means the eternal part of you that perceives all that you have ever been and all that you currently are, a perspective always available to you if you will allow it. Law of attraction means the basis of your world, your universe, and all that is. Things of like vibration are drawn to each other. Law of deliberate creation means the deliberate focusing of thought with the intention of feeling alignment with one's own desire. Laws means eternally consistent responses. Leading edge of thought means a state of relaxed and deliberate consideration of ideas with the intention of new discovery. Life force means eternal consciousness specifically focused. Mass consciousness means the combined awareness of a large body of perceivers, usually referring to the physical Earth's human awareness. Meditation means the state of quieting one's mind and therefore stopping any resistant thoughts that would disallow vibrational alignment with one's source. Non-physical means eternal consciousness, which is at the basis of all that is physical and all that is non-physical. Overwhelmment means the state of simultaneously focus upon what you want and your inability to achieve it at the same time. Receiving mode, a vibrational state of being, absence of resistance, and therefore in absolute alignment with source. Self means any point of awareness, the point from which all perception flows. Source means the eternally expanding vibrational stream of well-being from which all that is flows. Source energy means the eternally expanding vibrational stream of well-being from which all that is flows. Stream of consciousness means the eternally expanding vibrational stream from which all things flow. Stream of well-being means the eternally expanding vibrational stream from which all things flow. Total you means you in your human form, in a state of feeling good, and therefore offering no resistance that causes separation from who you really are. Universe means a somewhat quantifiable spatial experience. Vibration means the response of harmony or discord of all things to all things. Vibrational alignment means harmony of perspective. Vibrational frequency means a state of vibration. Vibrational harmony means harmony of perspective. And vibrational match means harmony of perspective. Wanting means natural desires born from any comparative experience. Well-being means the universal natural state of feeling good. You means a eternal consciousness who perceives from your broader non-physical perspective, your physical perspective, and even your cellular perspective. So yeah, that was the glossary. And now we can say, and for now, we are complete. So love you guys so much. Hope you all have been enjoying this beautiful 40, 50 minutes with this last process of asking this giving with the 22. So let's see who's here. Hi, Lida. And you are so welcome. And let's see. Hi, Rosemary. And to all of you, I wish you a wonderful day, and that you're having the best feeling right now and feeling better and better as you're moving forward. All of these processes from asking this given is wonderful processes, and you can practice any process, anytime, any moment when it feels good to you. When you don't feel good, you can practice it too. You can always improve in your feelings, and remember that improvements in the feelings is always available for every single moment. And as this process as today, you can moving up the scale, you can feeling better and better and better. It's practice vibration. And with all of these processes from Abraham-Hicks, so wonderful. But also I will do like summoning uh, for tomorrow, going through this process, just like gently speak through all of these things what we've been reading about, and just expanding it out, or open up more for it. It's wonderful. It's amazing. So yeah, what else to say? More to come. And love you all so much, and all the best. See you.